Well, I was born and raised in Jackson. I was born in '62, and ironically, I was born in St. Dominic Hospital. Went to school at Ole Miss, then graduate school in Chicago, worked in newspapers and magazines, and had a great opportunity. I also began writing books, and then came on home when we started having our children in the early '90s, and have 5 children, worked here ever since, and basically have largely been writing books, histories, personal biographies, corporate histories, and memoirs. The name of the firm is Life Story Publishing, and I have personally written or edited or published about 10 books, and I've also ghostwritten 4 or 5 books. Well, a close friend of mine from Ole Miss actually had the vision. He so deeply loved the sisters, and he was a doctor at St. Dominic, and so he approached the administration. It took us 2 years to get it into process and convince these wonderful, humble sisters that this was something that people would benefit from. And so in the end, we got the funding from lots of wonderful donors who love the sisters and wanted to see this book published about the sisters as much or more so than the hospital, these amazing women and their forerunners. And so that's how it came to pass. Sure. First of all, their convent for their Springfield Dominican order is in Springfield, Illinois, and they came in 1946, and they actually were given by their bishop missionary crosses because they were considered missionaries to the South, and 6 came and 3 joined them soon after. Well, the wonderful thing about the women back in 1946 and the women that are currently here that some people see around daily is that they all grew up the children of corn fields and immigrants, German, Italian, Irish immigrants, big families, and they grew up doing chores in the morning, going to school, some walking to school, one-room schoolhouses, chores in the afternoon, and making up their own fun in the evening. And so I would say at least 95% of the sisters that have been to Jackson grew up in farm land in middle Illinois, near Springfield, where their convent is. Well, it's amazing, really. First of all, there's 5 who have already had their 50-year celebration of serving in their convent and in their order. But Sister Trinita came in '54 and has never left, and says she never will leave. Sister Dorothea came in 1963 after teaching for 3 years up near Chicago, and then she moved to get 2 degrees that would allow her to come back and teach dietetics, and then also to administrate the hospital. Then you have Sister Margaret, who came, who's been in the order for 50 years. Mary Catherine, who was a little girl that eventually was named Sister Thecla, and she laughs because people don't really always understand her name, Sister Thecla. And then Sister Celestine came as well, and those kind of have been dubbed the Fabulous 5, and they're the ones that have been here the longest.